So we're going to fight in Atlantis. Why not? Hope you brought your raincoat and your flippers. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
It's time now for our tale of the tape. And here is Nigel Benn. He's 5 foot 10 inches tall with a 72.8-inch reach. And he'll be taking on the legend himself, Terrence Bud Crawford.
Nobody knows who's going to win. You can have an argument for the winner on both sides, but this is that fight. We'll be talking about this fight for years to come.
The Dark Destroyer himself, Nigel Benn, one of the greatest English champions of all time. This legendary middleweight fights out of London, England. Terrence Bud Crawford, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. He also can crack at welterweight, one of the best to ever do it.
They have waited for this fight for so long, Todd. This is ridiculous.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, from London, England, here is a middleweight and super middleweight champion of the world, known as the Dark Destroyer, introducing Nigel Benn. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is an acclaimed 3-division champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
Todd, I'm going to stay here till the end of the night, because if you're a fight fan like me, this is what I live for.
No doubt about it. This was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. We're expecting an all-out offensive display. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. I know boxing fans around the world feel like Christmas morning with these two finally in the ring.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And look in that corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
That big hook doesn't land. That uppercut straight through the gloves. The straight right just misses. This fighter told us yesterday, if he doesn't win by knockout, he doesn't consider it a real victory. That's the mentality he has.
Sluggers are an absolute nightmare. They will stay in your face, not give you a breather, not step back when you think, all right, let's have a breather. They want to get stuck right in.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of you.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Crawford in trouble. And down goes Crawford. Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
I've got to see that again.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, and you continue.
Well, they beat the count and are ready to go again.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once, and you got away with it. You can do it again.
Well done with that counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
To make or break a fighter.
Don't worry about that round. Don't worry about that round. Let's go out there.
And there's the bell for round 2. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
That hook doesn't score. Nigel Benn overwhelmed with power, and down he goes. How about that impact? Let's see that again in slow motion.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. This counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Counter-punch.
Whoa, hold on a second, Johnny. Crawford is dazed. We knew his chin would get tested in this fight, and it failed him miserably.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in down once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Those punches add up. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. I don't know who's got the advantage here after the bell rings and we start the third. Keep in mind, both of these fighters got knocked down in the prior round.
That is showing the fitness, that is showing the stamina, and that is showing the hard work done in the gym. If you can get knocked down and get back up and knock your opponent down, they've got it.
A lot of people love watching fighters in this weight class because they've got the speed and they've got the power. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. That uppercut doesn't land. They have no respect for each other's punching power. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
Look back in the history books, some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there, these guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Beautiful counter shot. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. These two fighters are made for one another. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This is a high-octane battle. Nice counter shot. Just misses right uppercut. Terrence Crawford just got rocked. Do you believe this? Bud Crawford just got knocked down. Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
You saw it here live, a knockout win.